And we're live! Good morning, everybody! And good evening to those of you not in this part of the world, which I assume is probably a lot. Hey guys! Welcome! Hold on, let me just make sure that the stream has started. Yes! Yes! Alright. Stream has started. Let me just give everybody a ping. L and Kuma both saw the ping. Good stuff. Well, here we are. We're done with volume 4. That was long. That was long. If you think about it, we release one chapter every week, right? So it's been this is 13 chapters and a side story, so that's technically 14 chapters. So that's been 14 weeks. It's been 14 weeks. Hey Fusion, thanks for tuning in. So 14 weeks, that's more than 3 months. We've done this, we've been at this for more than 3 months. Time flies. Time flies so much. Unbelievable. Unfreaking believable how much time flies. It's crazy. And so today we're just we're not doing any translating today. Today we're just sort of going over over volume 4 just because you know, it was a fun volume and I wanted to sort of do something to sort of go over and how fun it was and all that. So if you see, this is all the chapters that we finished in volume 4, right? This, I don't know. It's clearly the word shadows aren't gone for good yet, because there's gonna be 8 volumes in total, so clearly there's still something that's going on, but at least we got a good race out of this. So today, sort of my idea for having a bit of fun with volume 4 was just to just the simple thing. We're just gonna go through each chapter and we're just gonna talk a bit about the cool stuff in it, the fun stuff in it, and feel absolutely free to put in the comments what you thought was the best part of each chapter while we go through it. You know, I thought that we might have a good time doing that, because this is a pretty fun, it's a pretty fun volume. It's a pretty fun volume. Technically, I really liked volume 3. That was sort of my jam with all the Yakuza stuff. I mean, I still want to play Yakuza. I have to find time to do that. But volume 4 was not bad. Not bad. It was technically finished. It was technically just 1 week, right? Well, okay, not including the preparation part, which took 6 months. But otherwise, it was just 1 week over Golden Week, and a lot happened in that 1 week. Hey Tobias, hey there. So we might as well get started. So chapter 1, this is the chapter where the base was introduced, right? This felt like ages ago. This feels like freaking ages ago, but this was the one with voice recognition lock. It's underneath Amano Iwato, and there's all these weird random rooms and stuff. It feels like it was ages ago that actually translated this, but thinking about it, obviously this wouldn't be in volume 3 because Sago's gone in volume 3, so this is all volume 4. It feels so long ago, man. I like how the protagonist was using his powers to clean up the underworld. Yeah, that was what was great about volume 3. I loved it. Awesome. And then here we see Shota-kun being a protagonist. It's so funny how like Sago basically picked him up off the street, right, and just turned him into a protagonist. a weird ass protagonist who loves fire for some absolutely weird random reason. And like I really love the, you know, this author, Kurodome Sensei, uses run-on sentences every once in a while, and I love those because I'm not allowed to do those in English usually, because, you know, that's not proper English. But when he does it in Japanese, it's not proper Japanese. When he does it in a way that is not proper Japanese and it's clearly a run-on, then I can do it, and I love it, because the way Kuronome Sensei does it is hilarious, absolutely hilarious. Like this one, like Shota-kun, it's just a list of everything that Shota-kun does and is, right? And everything is in violation of school regulations. Every freaking thing is invalid. How does this guy even get to school? How? Everything is in violation of school regulations, but like just the last thing is not. Just the last thing is not in violation. And it's the weirdest thing. The weirdest thing is the one that's not in violation. Hey Al, welcome. Being awake is pain. I can't help you with that, man. You gotta sleep properly. Then the rest of chapter 1 was just everything getting started. Here we go, and then boom, Shota-kun sort of explodes the thing. Well, Sago explodes it, and then Shota-kun's like, I'm sorry, did I break it? I think I broke it. And then, you know, they go to the explanation of all the artifacts, what everything is, and then to weird random artifacts are too dangerous to touch carelessly. That's why we had them isolated in their own room. And then we get Egg. We get Egg just playing with the weird pocket watch. Stupid monkey. So that was chapter 1, where everything just started. So that was fun. Like there was like a comment about how like this would be great if it was an anime, and I totally agree, man. Like Overlap dropped this series, and I think it's a really dumb decision why they dropped. I don't understand why they dropped this series, man. This is such a good series, totally deserves an anime. But well, that was chapter 1. Hey Kuma, sup? Then we're chapter 2, which was I don't know, did this title get across to you guys? There was a joke in this title, which was, it's supposed to be a noble lineage, right? But then it's only 70 years old, so that was supposed to be a joke. I don't know if I got that across properly in English, but you know, as a translator, this is the sort of thing which, you know, we do our best and then we just cross our fingers. That's my thing. My thing is always comedy. For me, comedy is always top priority, and I try my best to get it across, but I don't know if it succeeds. But chapter 2 is where they get Maryland involved, right? And then they named things. They named this and they named this, and I'm just like, what is with these names? But you know, sure. Sure. And then they introduced the whole Maryland as a country with blah 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 GDP. You know, I love this author's like attention to detail. Absolutely amazing. And then about the peerage, which was fucking expensive. Fucking expensive. Oh my god. Just for the peerage. But you know, the people love her, so that's good. That's good. It would be a fairly short lineage. Exactly. That's the joke. And then this was Sago's sales pitch, which made me laugh so much. He's basically trying to sell the whole thing, like, you need to be warned, you need to give us your land. The artifact which might or might not have the power to fracture an island. And I'm not doing it for free. You have the power of a superpower sleeping within you. Imagine the prestige. Imagine this. I love how he really gets into it. He really gets into it. He's really selling this. He's like, you will love this. This is what you need. I don't know, man. Sago just cracks me out all the time. And then there was the manju. There was the freaking manju. This is a thing in Japan. It's not a thing in America. I don't think it's definitely not a thing in Hong Kong. But like, if you go visit a friend's house, like, you're supposed to like bring a something like manju or like a box of chocolates or something, just to give to the parents, just to say, you know, like, hey, I'm here. I'm gonna be imposing on you guys for like half a day or something. You know, thanks for having me. And so you give manju to a friend's parents, not necessarily to a royal, to a member of royalty, but that's what he brings, and she likes it, so there's that. that was absolutely freaking hilarious. Yeah, and then the weird random shade on royalty, which is just like, they're not handsome or cute, you know. That is a trope. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Most of the comedy in this series is tasteful, and I'm all for it. Thank you. That I agree. I totally agree. And then there is Sago trying to speak English, which totally did not work. And then Kaburagi-san just being like, I like Sago. And then Sago's like, no, stop talking about me. So yeah, that was cute. So that was Marilyn getting involved, and at the time, yeah. Then we have chapter 3, right, which was getting serious with the actual room for. See, the word forging, I really thought about this for a while. Like, I wasn't sure what word to use, but eventually I went with the word forging, because like, just like as in forging your signature, forging your making something that's not real, fake, right? Because the whole thing is it's ancient runes, but it's newly built ancient runes. But yeah, that's what that was. And this chapter is basically all the nitty gritty, all the you know, it just, I'm constantly surprised at how much detail that Kurodome Sensei puts into his world building, right? His actual description thingies. This whole chapter is just Sago just being technical, like, you know, like all the moss and all the air and all the stuff, and it was still pretty interesting. I felt it was still a pretty interesting read. Right, and then like sort of interspersing it with weird Nordic runes things, you know. I mean, I agree. I sort of agree with Sago here. You know, Nordic runes sort of just seems cool. I don't know why, but you know, you have games like God of War and stuff, which are just cool. Vikings are sort of cool. Now they are. Back then they just kill people, so that wasn't cool, I suppose. And see, like, random thing about mushrooms and all that random stuff, and geology and everything. I don't know, man. I still felt like this is a fun chapter to do, right? And then we get to the part where he retrieves his arm. Sago retrieves his arm from the bottom of the ocean and does random experiments with it, and then Kaburagi-san gets totally creeped out. But this was foreshadowing for the last chapter. I hope you guys read the last chapter. Yes, that went out yesterday. But yeah, there we go. That was that. And then, of course, the chapter ends with this, right? Denka, don't be disappointed at only being able to generate static electricity. Everyone is like that at the start. It's okay. You can train it up. Come now, it's time for your training arc. And it just goes. It just lands, it just crashes. It does not go anywhere. And then all the comments down there, which were like sort of like where everybody had so much hopes for her. Everybody had so much hopes for her, and it's just like, nope, that's not happening. That is not happening. Oh, it was so sad. But you know, it is what it is. See, every chapter has something hilarious. Every chapter, I love it. I find the large quantity of chuni nice. I totally agree. I totally agree. Kuma's like, I knew that was gonna happen when I read that. There's nothing to say. So chapter 4 is the one about Denka's abilities, right? So he starts off doing the usual, just doing the fundamentals and a focused, dedicated approach. You gotta train it, you gotta do this properly, and then they do it properly. They get the weird voltmeter, and it's like they measure everything with all the numbers. And it's been a while since we had stuff like this, right? It's been a while, and then. Oh, and then this is supposed to be a reference, I think. I thought it was Nami from One Piece, but I couldn't be sure. I don't know, so you know, I left it blank. But yeah, it just you know, it failed. It totally failed. It's so sad for Rudenka, man. There's nothing to say for her, man. And then you get Sago just sort of ranting about talent, and it's like, no, I have no talent. Even when I do the weird bar backflip thing, which is such a specific Japanese reference, it's so weird. I had to put it in the footnotes. If I translated this properly and I couldn't use footnotes, oh my god, I can't even imagine. Footnotes, when used properly, sort of add to the thing, I feel like. But yeah, but it's amazing, you know, how she just doesn't let it get to her, you know, which, you know, good for her. She's basically like the fluffy character now, so that was good. And then suddenly we learned about how her blood is super effective with the PSI drive, and I don't know, is this foreshadowing? I don't know. Even I don't know. I don't remember. I've read all the chapters. I don't remember, so maybe it's not. But that was a fun touch, right? And then there was this whole thing explaining how her power works, even though we're not going to see her power again. Oh man, the author's is trolling us, man. So freaking troll. So sad. Al says, I gotta eat dinner soon. Sure. Enjoy your dinner. Hope you enjoy. And then all these comments too. You know, last chapter's comments were full of like hopes for Rudenka. This chapter's comments are just like, if she's a major manipulative genius, she's not Muchi. I'm sorry, she's not. She's just her. And I also wanted to point out this comment, man. This comment by Crackle, man. This was really good. I don't know. Maybe, man. This could be a thing. We are gonna get new characters in Volume 5, so you will see. Let's see how this hypothesis sort of holds up, right? All right, then we have chapter 5, which is Raiders of the Lost Artifact. Obviously, this name is a reference. I probably don't have to explain what the reference is. That's why I didn't put a footnote. But this is the chapter where they sort of go over each side's motivation, right? Like, or in Japanese, they would call it ikigomi. Sort of like, why are they doing this? What is their motivation? How badly do they want this, right? And then so we get Oyabun sort of meeting the Japanese government, and him being cool, smoking not actual cigarettes but chocolate cigarettes, and strawberry milk flavored chocolate cigarettes to be exact, for some reason. And then the whole thing about getting citizenship in Japan, which that was really personal to me, man. That really hit me in a personal way, because I'm sort of hoping to get to Japan somehow, but you know, it's the visa, man. It's the visa that really gets you, because you have to find somewhere you have to find some way to get a 5-year visa, and I don't know, man. that really hit me in a personal way, man. And then the way to end the meeting was just mic drop, basically. he takes his earphones out, stands up, holds his wheelchair up with two fingers, and throws it over his shoulder, and then tears the door off its hinges on his way out. You know, screw mic drop, man. Who cares about dropping mics, right? He drops the fucking door. That's what he does. He grabs the door, tears it off, and then drops the door. And there we go. That's what we do. That's how we do things here in Tsukuyomi, right? Fucking door. And then in contrast, on the Amaterasu side, you just have just a normal briefing. Just normal. This is what's gonna happen. This is where we're gonna go. This is when we're gonna go. That's what we're gonna do. Kuma-san can't go. I'm sorry, because this is an event for children. And then that's it. So the contrast was pretty funny. The contrast was funny, but then so was this last part. This last part where Sago's trying to really play it up. Like, he does this a lot, right? There was but a single artifact. Would Tsukuyomi be able to steal it, or would Amaterasu be able to secure it? Come one, come all, the curtains are rising. And so this was literally the chapter for Ikigomi, for the motivation, and just seeing how everybody, how badly everybody wants it. Oh, and then there was the weird new thing. And then there was a comment I wanted to point out. This one. Let Tsukuyomi steal it, and then Amaterasu steal it back. This was a great idea, but obviously, if you've read the latest chapter, this isn't what happens. But I thought this nice. Shout out to Disney ads. Then we have chapter 6. Right, which was the blatant swimsuit episode, the swimsuit chapter, which of course we need. This whole thing is on a beach, right? Obviously we need the swimsuit thing. And then we see Kaburagi-san in a bikini, which is like, yes. This, and then Sago's dying. I love this line. I'm really proud of this line. I'm so glad I'm alive. I think I might die. I'm kind of proud of this line. I loved it. And then Shota-kun just being dense. He lifted his face to look at the fidgeting Toka-chan from head to toe. Nope. His gaze just stopped at her chest. Just that. And that's not what you ask. But in contrast, we get this, which is Kaburagi-san being straightforward, which is just like mind blown. Why don't girls do this more? You know, that's coming from a guy, so I don't know. But I mean, just be straightforward. And then so I love how Kaburagi-san is just straightforward. She's like, you know, praise me, and then so the guy can do it, and just, you know, both people feel good, you know, yeah. And then you get Shota-kun, which Shota-kun really liking volleyball because it would shake a lot, and I want to see that. In a certain way, he is also straightforward. In a different way, he is also straightforward. And then Sago going, I get you. Like, bro, I got you. Oh boy. And then the weird super powered beach volleyball where just everything explodes and everything's on fire and ice is everywhere and time is stopping and just they're having fun. Sure. Okay. Right. And then the chapter ends with Denka. Basically, she's reading this out loud. Our country shall bear responsibility for any and all damages, and shall it be necessary, provide sufficient compensation, in addition guaranteeing our greatest efforts in preserving the secrecy of this mission. She's basically like taking everything on, and then it turns out she doesn't actually understand what it means. So this is the biggest like scroll to the bottom, click I agree thing ever. This is the biggest. Just I agree. It's so bad. I mean, like, it's good. It's fine at least that they're not tricking her out of something important or something. I don't know. It's so bad. It's so bad, but it's so funny. It's so bad. And then they ate muffins just as a way to, you know, seal the deal. That's the way it is. And then just wanted to point out, somebody mentioned a beach volleyball anime with girls. Yes, there is. Yes, there is. So if you're interested, if anybody's interested, yes, there's an anime with beach volleyball with girls. So there you go. That's what you do. Then we go to chapter 7, which was the one where they finally get in, right? That was quite a while. That was 6 chapters in, and then the 7th one is when they actually get in. And then it starts with weird shade on being poor, right? Amatera's battle suits were about 2 million yen per suit, and it can do all this stuff. It's designed by top designer and blah 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 blah, and then Tsukuyomi is just bought from a thrift shop sale. It costs 10,000 yen per person. Being poor sucks. I agree that being poor sucks. I don't want to be poor either. Nobody wants to be poor. I don't need this random shade. God, I don't need this. And then we start with, oh, sorry, bumped the mic. And we start with just Toga-chan just wasting World Slayer right off the bat, right? World Slayer brought down just right off the bat, and then there's nothing to do. They used it up instead of to turn off the trap. Oh man, just Toga-chan. There's nothing to say. What you mean by cat, you scaredy cat? Give me back the fucking sword! Fucking wasted it! And then on the Tsukuyomi side, you see them immediately trying to cheese it, right? Chris is just standing there trying to read the air, just trying to get to the straightest path. They can't do it, so they jack themselves up with Oyabun's blood, and then they try to punch. They try to punch their way all the way down. This is the cheese team. This team is the cheese. That's what they do, and it's funny because the Oyabun's blood is basically their World Slayer. That's their trump card, so they also used it right off the bat. These people just don't know how to use their trump cards at all. They don't know how to save it at all. It's ridiculous. Man. And then there was this one, which is basically what it is. Basically what it is. And then Sago had to reinforce it with his telekinesis to make it basically a wall without durability. It's so bad. But you know, cheesing is good. And then we have chapter 8, which was, you know, don't know if you guys noticed, but you know, this was a dark star and this is a white star. So that's something. So this is the chapter where the two sides meet each other, right? And then Tsukuyomi basically steals the show. But it starts with New Denka's weird crazy. Something's crazy. Something crazy's happened. Come. Let me see. And then I can use telekinesis. And then it's a weird ass science experiment. She's like, see? Isn't it amazing? And then Sago's like, ah, it's so fucking stupid. Oh my god. And then so that's how we start the chapter. Yeah, just with a more cute New Denka, because you know that's what she does. And then we get to see Tsukuyomi being stupid with their music again. Osampo March. I don't know how many of you actually pressed this thing, but I'm not sure about whether I can do it about copyright and stuff. But if you haven't, go check it out. It's a children's song, which is just like yay, yay, yay. It's so stupid. And then Chris is using her weird handsome guy voice, and so they're just basically trolling, right? Trolling. And then when they meet, first thing Chris does is, where is it? She bows, right? She bows and then she rushes over to shake Touka-chan's hand, which seems like an innocent thing to do until you realize Chris is doing this to read her. She's doing this to freaking read her. Oh my god, so sneaky. Everything about Chris is sneaky. It's hilarious. I love it. Absolutely love it. And then talking about sneaky, right? We have to talk about this, right? We really have. There's nothing more sneaky about this. Give me like they did the rock paper scissors. Chris gets go because she wins because she reads the freaking future, obviously, and then she gets to go first, and then she just asks everything she wants to. It's so bad. It's so sneaky, so cheese, man. It's hilarious. And then when she's done, well, she's not done, but then Shota-kun is tired of it. He's sick and tired of it. Then they ended up, they start the fight with the stupidest reason ever. What did you eat for breakfast? Sunny side up eggs. Sunny side up? You're one of them? Unforgivable. So stupid and random. Dude, I love the randomness. Just, yeah, okay. And then it ends with Shota-kun with the classic oppai seijin thing, right? Shota-kun, she's kicking him because he's like with that chest, and he laughs, right? And then oppai seijin, and then Miyama, grabs his hand and does that thing, and Shota-kun still smirks. Shota-kun, bro. There's nothing else to say. I saw a lot of comments which were also just like bro, which is like basically there's nothing else to say, really. Nothing at all. And then we have chapter 9, which was where Amaterasu sort of gets back, right? They sort of steal the show back. We see Tsukuyomi sort of not impressed with the skeleton, looking unimpressed until they had to actually run for their freaking lives, right? So they keep running, and then Miyama has to run, which is so sad. Making Miyama run is so evil, man. Absolute evil. And then on the Amaterasu side, you see Shota-kun just being spiteful and just being not cool at all. And Touka-chan sort of being like, "Oh man, this made me sad reading it." Right. And then after that, you see Sago just being patient, right? Just displaying restraint as an adult, which was very, very appreciable, like good on him, right? And then after that, you see Shota-kun sort of bringing it back, and now he's not being an ass, now he's just being an ikemen. He made it up, I guess, good on him, right? This whole like, I forgive you for my part, and I also forgive you the same amount that you can't forgive yourself for, hey? And then this. Oh my god, these teenagers, fucking teenagers. Screw you guys, man. I want a girlfriend. But yeah. And then Tsukuyomi comes in, and then the skeleton comes in, and then they just instant KO it. Like not even a thing. That's just like boom, done. And then they cooperate, which was, in hindsight, cooperation was it a good idea or a bad idea? What do you think? like they needed the cooperation, right, to fight the boss and to do the riddles, but you know, they get betrayed. I don't know, good and bad, but yeah. I love how Sago basically freaks out. He freaks out about them cooperating. Like, can you not? Oh my god, can you not? But yeah. And then we see sort of Kaburagi-san sort of convincing him that no, this is fine, this is still pretty fun. But you know, Sago freaking out was hilarious. Glory to Forever Alone Village. Shut up, L. And this is a chapter where the two sides basically cooperate, right? They work together, right? So that worked out fine. Sort of discussing the cooperation. So that was good fun. And then but Shota-kun is learning. He's learning, right? He's learning after saying, anyone who puts Worcester sauce on the sunny side up eggs ought to die. I feel I do prefer the sauce. And then Shota-kun's like, a heretic, I see. Guess I have no choice but to execute you. I thought this was a funny touch. But yeah. And then we saw we see them, we see Tsukuyomi swearing, right? Like the whole this whole random swearing thing. You know what this makes me think of? This is what it makes me think of. This one. There we go. That was that. Basically, it's the both of them are based on the same thing, right? This is what Japanese people do, Japanese students do in their sports day. They swear to be sportsmanship and all that, but they lie immediately. They lie immediately. It's so not a thing, man. Oh boy. And I really like the touch where they figure out what his name is, where Toka-chan figures out that Yaku's he was in Tsukuyomi, right? That was a nice touch. And then and then Sago almost losing his reputation visiting an adult store where he gets to where he gets hugs from a little girl, which is a monkey. I don't know if YouTube algorithm is catching this. It's a monkey, okay, that he's getting hugs from. But then after that is basically them cheesing Skyrim, basically. This is basically what Skyrim is, right? The whole Viking thing is, and then these like skeletons are basically joggers, right? And so they're just freezing the entire room until the skeletons can't come out. So they're basically cheesing Skyrim, and that's what it is. And then they finish, and the chapter finishes with the funny banter and Shota-kun's thing with fire. Just nobody gets it. I don't get it. The latest chapter, you guys read the side story. Sato doesn't get it. Here, Miyama doesn't get it. I don't get it. Nobody gets it. What's his thing with fire? It's there's nothing to say. Then we have chapter 11, which is the riddles one. We start with just casual bit of cultural appropriation. That's just casual, you know. Egyptian culture, Mayan culture, all of it is just ours. It's just Sago's. Sago's is like it belongs to this civilization that we're talking about, you know, just cultural appropriation like it's nothing. And then we have the rock giant coming out, right? That was a rock giant coming out, and then just people just taking out their phones, digging out their phones and starting filming. Like this is the world we live in now, isn't it? This is basically the world we live in now. You remember how like Japan had like an earthquake like a few days ago, like a week ago or something? And there's so many videos on the internet, on like Twitter and stuff, which is like with the caption like I don't know why, but I instinctively just took out my phone and started filming. And so you have all these videos of the earthquake, but it's just like, dude, it's an earthquake. What are you doing? But you know, I suppose this is the world we live in now, where everybody's the first thing to do if something happens, get out your phone and film that shit. I guess that's just the thing now. And then we have the girls team and the guys team. The girls team did great because Toka-chan remembered the red herring from volume 2, all the way from volume 2. I don't know, I assume many of you guys read volume 2, right? So Toka-chan basically, their side was great. Their side basically got full points, right? That's what Sago-san said, right? That's what Sago said, right? I give them full points. Wonderful job. Good job. In contrast, you have the guys who stripped down to their underwear, making Kaburagi-san have to close her eyes, and then they basically were trying to brute force through an encryption. That's basically what they were doing, which is the stupidest idea ever. And then so they basically fail, and then Sago has to open the door for them, and then Sago's like, you guys get a failing grade. Oh my god, you guys stop it with the delays, you know. So basically they failed. The girls did good for them. And then it's just the final battle. So that was a, I mean, you know, you need riddles when you have a dungeon delver, you need riddles, I suppose. That is a thing. And then we have the final battle in chapter 12. That starts with the whole like making it in time cliche, right? Like that I'm surprised how the author could talk about it for like this long, just going over the cliche this long. But I mean, I suppose he makes sense. It's just not feasible in real life. But video everything seems vain now, but it provides a record for whoever needs it. Law enforcement most recently, but also future stars. I mean, to a certain degree, yes. I'm not saying that nothing good comes out of it, but it's just, as Tobias says, survival instinct, bro. If there's an earthquake, get to safety. If there's a rock giant that suddenly appears and starts having like a kaiju fight with the invisible titan, safety, people, safety. Though I mean, in that case, it was fine because Sago was protecting them. You know, it's a thing, I guess. It's a thing now, I guess. And so the final fight, where we have Chris just being sneaky again, trying to steal the thing while Toga-chan fights, but it doesn't work. And then Chris just does nothing. Chris just she cheers, and then she throws a stone. She just throws stones. There's nothing. She can do nothing. It's just, there's nothing. And so they get caught, right? It's hilarious how like when they get caught, their reactions are so different. Toga-chan, she starts reciting the Heart Sutra. So like the thing with Toga-chan in this series, she's supposed to be this Buddhist girl, but like the only sutra she ever recites is the Heart Sutra, which is sort of like, as a Buddhist, are you okay with that? Are you okay with that? But as a translator of the series, I'm like, yes, please, thank you, because the Heart Sutra is the one that I already translated for them in volume 1 ages ago. I'm like, yes, thank you, I've done this, now I can just copy paste this. I love this. But as an actual character, I'm like, dude, honey, are you sure? And then in contrast, you have Chris going like, doing the koro, korose, and like, no, I'm sorry, I didn't mean that, so cute. Like seriously, but did you have to do this? It's before doing this, it's, I love Chris. I love all the characters in their own different ways. But then Shotaka makes it. He bursts into the room and cleaves through the air with World Slayer, which shoots the flying slice thing, and yes, he makes it. Good job. And then all the references, right? All the references that I managed to slip in, I love this one. Burn it with fire, and then go for the head. Yeah, I love these references. I didn't force them in. Okay, I'm just gonna say I'm not the one who forced them in. They were sort of in the source text already, so I managed to sort of get it, to sort of word it a little bit like differently, so that the references are there. But there it is. There it is. Go for the head. And then after the battle is done, then we see Chris choking Shota-kun, basically knocking him out. And he Sago is still doing this whole, like, his whole thing, like, there's only one artifact. Who will walk home with it? Only one can be the true victor. But then Chris is on it. She is on it. She's already knocked Shota-kun out. There's just nothing to say. So this is a chapter sort of references, and then there was references that I myself put in Pain Peko, and then Kusa. Yep, those are words you need. Those are only words you need. Then we have chapter 13, technically the last chapter, but not actually because of the side story. But then we have that chapter, which is, it is what it is. What do you guys think the chapter refers to? The final cliche. So was this the betrayal? Was this the castle? Or was this the proposal? What do you think? But that was a cool title. And then Sago just being sad about destroying the whole place. And then, like, it was great how the author puts in foreshadowing within the chapter, right? Technically, we weren't destroying everything, but we can ignore that for now. Obviously, this refers to the castle, but I love this little touch. And then Sago just not wanting to destroy it, and then Kaburagi-san just taunting him. You are a good boy who knows how to put his toys away after playing with them. Yes. And it works. So if it works, then it works. And then so he's just like, farewell, my runes. I thought about leaving this as sayonara, which would be fun in and of itself. But I thought against it. But I did consider just leaving this as sayonara, my runes, which could have been fun, I suppose. And then we see the group just completely buried in, because they were busy fighting, and then they get buried in, and then we get to see Shota-kun sort of being the protagonist again. Now is the time to combine all our powers together, Power Rangers, or some random shit. And obviously it doesn't work out. Obviously. See, flag. Miyama, here's Miyama putting the stupid flag here, but obviously it doesn't work out, and it's awkward as shit. And then so Sago is just like, you know what, I will do this my fucking self, and he does it. And then World fucking Slayer, yeah. And then I like how he admires his own handiwork. He's like, damn, World Slayer is so powerful. Wow, amazing. Amazing. He just admires his own handiwork because that's what you do. That's what you do. And then Tsukuyomi runs away with World Slayer because that's what they do. And then after that, Magic Castle comes out of nowhere. Random Magic Castle just go, and then comes up. And then looking amazing, having everything, having the fountain, having rainbows, having like flowers and magic suits and moving staircases. This is probably a Harry Potter reference, right? I think. Crystal balls, everything. everything looks amazing, having the magic circle, and then the non-proposal, the scene, the fucking what the fuck are you doing scene. I admit the author got me with this. I admit. I loved it though. I laughed so loud. And this long ass pause, and then she's like, okay. I've talked about this before in a previous stream, but you know, sort of he makes sense. Sort of, you know, like he's like, I don't want to propose to her when I still owe her this much, which sort of makes sense. But it's just like, come on, man. Come on, man. But she's Kaburagi-san, best girl, man. Just I'll wait as long as you need. Like, come on, like there's this is the best line, man. She just gets it. And then the weird line, the funny line from Kurodome Sensei, just feels bad for the bicycle that just got forgotten because they're walking off, and totally the bicycle is off from their mind. And like I saw people saying like this needs an anime or a manga, and I cannot agree more, man. I cannot agree more. This is so good. This is so freaking good. And then so last one is this, right? Which was released yesterday. I hope you guys read it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I fixed the footnotes. Sorry guys. Sorry guys. The footnotes are now fixed. There you go. But yeah, this is the chapter where things are just wrapping up. All the, you know, Kaburagi-san basically isn't coming back. She's staying in this castle for good, at least for a while. So the start of volume 5 will be without Kaburagi-san because she's just in the castle. And then of course everybody gets back to Japan properly, and of course the Tsukumi side does it illegally. Grease the palms of a fishing vessel that smuggles them. And then that's basically the end of and Rudenka, Maryland, everybody's finishing up. And then we get Sato, the sort of new character who bumps into everybody. He bumps into this whole thing was just, this whole part, it's just Sago being a troll, right? He makes Sato bump into and discover the identity of everybody. First ninja, right? And then where's the part with ninja? With the random shade again. The author loves throwing shade at Chris for her. He knew, but he sort of makes it back by calling her beautiful. So I guess that makes it good, fine, maybe, I don't know. And then so Chris threatens him with where is it? Threatens him with Yakuza and the secret organization. This one is clearly Amaterasu, and this one is not really true because Chris, they destroyed what was it, the other one, right? The not Tsukimori Gumi, the other one that they destroyed. I forgot what the name already is. Tanioka Gumi. She's basically talking about Tanioka Gumi, but they destroyed it already. So technically, she's exaggerating. Technically, but then afterwards, Sato bumps into Shota-kun on the roof, and then Shota-kun is the scam. The scam here, this one. The whole thing was a terrible scam about how Shota-kun is not a knight, and he's a cryokinetic, even though he loves fire for some freaking reason that nobody understands. And then Shota-kun just being like, yeah, you'd be doing me a solid if you kept quiet about this, because he's not gonna report it. Shota-kun, bro. And then after that, Sato bumps into, of course, Toka-chan, right? BG, and then all the whole weird guidance thing here. Faint invisible force. This is obviously Sago. Obviously Sago being up to something, and just why are you doing this, Sago? Probably maybe Sago just had a bad day. He just wanted something funny. He sort of guides Sato to discover Toka-chan fighting and blah 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 blah, and then she tells him that he has no talent as an Esper. I feel so bad for Sato. So bad for Sato. So for just to clear up any predictions, Sato is not a new character. He's not gonna come back. He's just not part of the story anymore. Which means this was literally all just done for the shits and giggles. Literally. There's nothing to say. Nothing to say. And so that is it for volume 4. Footnotes are done. How was it? I hope you guys liked it. And so since volume 4 is done, I suppose now we have to talk about volume 5, right? So this is the schedule that I use for this whole thing. So this is today. So I will be taking a 2-week break. That is what is gonna happen. As in 2 whole weeks, I'm not gonna work on this, so that I can work on my paying series. Sorry about that, guys. So next week there'll be no stream also, or I might stream something else random. But probably no stream. Also because this is my birthday, and so I might have stuff on the weekend. So also no release for 2 weeks. And then this is where I will do the usual translation. I will sort of do the preview basically of volume 5, and this is where the chapter will actually come out. So that's how we're doing this. All right. And then for those of you who are interested in chapter 5, you want like a little peek on the website, I already have this up. I already have the chapter title of the first chapter up, and there's this. So take it however you will, and that is the chapter name. So there is gonna be a lot of shade in this chapter. Thank you, Fusion. There is gonna be a lot of shade. What that means, I'm not gonna tell you yet. You will see. And that is it for chapter 4, for volume 4, for volume 5 update. And yeah, thank you guys for reading all of chapter, for reading volume 4, for being here, reading all of this, and for showing up for today's stream. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. You know, if today sort of was fun, you know, feel free to go back and read the whole volume again. It's a good volume. So there it is. As always, just a little small like thing. The official ones are for sale, so you know, pick it up if you want to support me and all that. Do the likes, do the subscribes, do all the random things, and that's it for today. I will see you guys again anytime. Oh, but Discord, right? I'm always on Discord, so feel free to hit me up on Discord if you want to just chat. In the 2 weeks that I'm not gonna be here, that I'm not gonna be releasing. So there's that. All right. Thank you for today. Glory to, well, yeah, okay, glory to the work, I suppose. Thank you for showing up. I am going to sign out now. Thank you very much, guys. I hope you have yourself a wonderful day.